Alright, so there's a trick, not even a trick, because you're undoing a trick and it's been so long that when this snapping occurs, this people are almost like, oh, I gotta put that somewhere. So whatever, you put that somewhere. You and your big crew of consciousness. Be positive. You could do all that right now. All these lures that they use. Not that it's all becoming unified. And we always knew that. No, the closer that Satan tries to get to God, the more he gets confused. And I'm not the mediator, and neither are you. So I mean, like, if you're in the church hollering for mommy and Feast of Assumptions, why don't you just look at that word, Feast of Assumptions? Alright? And then you can just go patting the food source, because you need that so badly in science. You need that so bad. Oh my God, you're bleeding real blood out of the Bible. And I mean, my spirit is upright. So there's a thing called upright, right? But all you would really know is what God told you. And when things weren't upright, you could tell real quick that I'm not on a stage playing an instrument. Playing two instruments at once, man. Now I'm a big hero guy. Don't play me, man. I'm a divine instrument, man. You don't play me. Well, when you're a fucking bitch that tries to use all fucking brutal physics, man-made bullshit, better hope the devil doesn't play you. Not worried about what the fuck I'm doing. I can't get him out of my head. That's another thing, man. That's another weird thing. Like, bro, I'm the only one that goes in your head and leaves. You're like, man, you don't stay in my head that long or ever really bother me. Other guy, you're a narc. And I'm just over here talking to myself. For mental health, that's the funny part about this. He's going to be the right answer, and he's got two imaginations right off the bat. So I mean, about 2 and 2. It's real easy to do that right off the bat. And he doesn't own that. He doesn't even own the math or anything. And all these people that I had to take care of in the church, we're not coming out to fix our problems and be like, we're the new heroes, because that's all they're doing. And I knew that's all you're going to do. What else are you going to do? Well, how does he know that? He's just putting faith in him who is within is greater than he who is in the world. Whatever, all that stuff you say to me out there. And then you're like, you have to shut up. We're all spoken for. Blah, blah, blah. And you don't even have like a root. And you're like, oh, are you the root? Or I'm like, brother, I'm trying to like get, away from you. So I wouldn't want you to think like you're going to come move into my house tomorrow. Like you think. You're like, oh, he just wants to fucking crowning yourself and all this fucking bullshit, man. Sitting there hurting yourself and being like, I'm being triangulated. It's like, dude, there's nobody there. And he's like, I know nobody out in the world. Oh, I know nobody so much. And now it's like every time you see the word abortion or nobody or it, he don't have a clue. He don't know yet. He's just the father of lies, So there's not any truth in him. So if you touch his 2 sticks, he's like, wah! They're not even his 2 sticks. I'm just used to saying that. Because there's a certain technique with spirit and the breath that ties into consciousness, imagination, and preservation. And if you think there isn't, you've already been doing that backwards. You don't know any other way. You want to continue that or maybe make a mystery guess. And it's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. a mystery guest. And then you come out like, and it's like, dude, I don't care if you're the devil or for Jesus Christ anymore. At that point, like, if you're just like this character on stage, you're like, well, you are what you are, motherfucker. Judge me in the flesh. I don't want to judge you in the flesh. That's all we offer to live in. Fuck you then, motherfucker. I'm gonna blow you the fuck away. Then you're gonna let me out of your weirdo society of boxes, and identification. Identification in one, please. The Greeks knew all about the zero, man. Yeah, and the Renaissance knew all about God and white people. That's why you can't even open a fucking window anymore. And then the other guy, I'll go in and be the hero. I'll go in and finish him off. For what? For you're fucking lying in my face too. So just come fucking fight me, live at my house, and do everything but fuck me. Cause I don't need that from you, you fucking weirdo. And he's like, nah. Well, we couldn't come in and live in your house like that. And it's like, I can't get the jump off and be like, well, you can stay living in whatever house you're in now. We don't have to go anywhere. I'll show you why Satan had to roam the world. God has the best job. You're just saying that because there's the internet, you know, man. It's all about timing, man. Timing. Miracles and timing. Cutting it up. Eric Weinstein, Dr. Brian Keating. You would never win in any debates. So debates aren't even real in science. They're not real anywhere that you're looking at because of me, the peacemaker. So boring. Peace is so boring. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with this turn signal? That's fucking ridiculous. That's another thing. Fucking ridiculous. Let's go. If it's imperfect, you already know. If it's a slight bit of imperfect, brother, I'm gonna send you to the same fucking Holocaust Germany twice. You're never gonna have been there once, and you're gonna be like, I need to get more than the survivors and the people that were actually there that died, because, you know, nobody knows about them except God, right? God and viruses. Black holes, sun. Black hole. Oh, that's the guy that was messing with the black hole sun. No, that's the guy that was with God, and he just started playing magic with him. And now he's like, add whatever to your tab. You're like, I need to have that. It's like, oh, okay. Black hole, sun, moon. I need to be in the music more than him. Whatever floats your boat, dude. I need somebody to abuse. I need somebody to abuse for my lifestyle. And I gotta do it covertly. More covertly than this guy. It lets that happen anyway. Why does he let that happen? So you can have a root exposed. No root, no fruit. And the Antichrist, he just builds by himself autonomously. But the whole time he's been like, we're going to build you the reality. Like, just keep on lying, brother. You're never going to pay yourself if that's all you are. He's a liar. And Jesus is never going to reward you according to the heart, because you're actually a liar in your heart. I mean, why would somebody be a liar in their heart? That's fucking weird. Why would you want to sit and tell lies? Then you gotta really, like, don't make any sense. Then you gotta get out there like Jordan Peter. Many times they tried to destroy me. As if he's like the truth. No, he's just sitting there holding Jesus up like a hostage. His wicker man. Now he's at Burning Man. Like, don't come here and burn the effigy. This has to be a safe burn. A prescribed burn. You know how many times he got the prescribed burns into my house? You can thank his mouth for Brazil. You can thank his mouth for a lot of this. And his timing. He wanted to do it on his timing. Well, go ask him. Was it on my timing or his? He'll say God's timing. Don't let him say that. First of all, when you start tricking people with your voice like that, it's not going to be like you think. Because it was already spoken for when that happens. And whatever you think is going to a new flat, plain piece of paper. So what? You're Vladimir Putin kissed the Quran. You think you're just going to walk up and kiss a book and... Well, we're cool, bro. We're cool now. I mean, like, that's not what I got is the impression from God. It's like, you're in this fucked up life because, like, bro, I'm not a joke. You're not going to be cool. I don't care if you're ever going to be cool. I never asked you that. You know. You think there's like some cheat way to get here? That's even dumber than what you are. I don't even think that happens, brother. You know? So, and people are always like, well, God comes to you to be a special prophet. I'm the fool. I'm actually the wise, I don't want to say wise fool. I'm like, God only comes to me for the real. You know? And out there, you're like, you know, you use quotes and you twist scripture. You would twist scripture so much and lie that you would get charged with that fool in the Bible. You'd be like, that's a murder, because you're already a murderer. Then you got this word abortion to deal with. Oh, man. So, yeah, you have the word abortion. That's abortion because what was that really? That was like the word science or democracy. So if you fight me on science and democracy, you're going to add to your higher education. Unified geometry. Really don't care about unified geometry. Theory of everything. Well, the guy just went through the same history that he's going to keep going through. He did that so many times that everything's been pushed down to a dot this big. He ate the dot. Now he thinks he's all knowing. And he thinks I'm impersonating somebody. But he doesn't have anywhere in his history find Gilgamesh that like did the opposite. I'm just like, all right, you're going to prison. I don't give a shit. Go look at comics. You know? And it's like they're just going to throw costumes on them anyway. They're just going to like sit there and live in a psychosis, schizophrenia, to not even keep the truth, to just not admit to a lie. Right? And that's how that is. And if you want to know about life and perishables and physics, that's how you build Babylon. It doesn't matter if you're a big badass. I'll fucking get you when you're sleeping. I don't fucking sleep. I'll scare motherfuckers to death. Not really, but that's how loud I'd be with you. And silence is important too. You know why silence is so important in the spirit over man-made rules in physics? It's because you can always go back to the silence, right? You don't have to work to get into the silence like you all did. Right? It sounds pretty stupid. Come on, man. It's this clown world. Why don't you try next? I'm the only surviving logical law firm YouTube of morality and logic. I had to fire TikTok. Yeah, I had to fire TikTok. Sucked, man. That was a warning. Had to fire TikTok. What are the other ones? Yeah. And then threads. We're still doing threads, right? Look over there. Look, we're threading. We're doing tantra, right? Threads. So you would pull the wrong stuff out of the wrong place. I would help you out with that. And we could get some weaves and threads going. For look, this is how much magic sucks. Look, I helped that guy over there. I helped that guy win so hard. He's like, I can't ever put it down that I didn't win that hard. And it's like, bro, you're not Jesus Christ. And he's like, yeah, but if I get in the algorithm, if I get in the algorithm, it'll steady, constant, an invocation, 1D. You know, and by that time, it's like, yeah, an annoying fire alarm buzzer. That's a good pick. An invocation, you know, you just said it can't be this one, so it's got to be all the other ones. And I'm just like, wow, why wouldn't stop here? Add some more of that dumb shit. And he's literally like, this is why he's dangerous. He's even more dangerous now. And you don't want to tell him how dangerous he is, because then he's going to think he's a fucking genius and it's a science. So, if you're just going to school now, you're going to have a birth backwards. You're going to have a church backwards. I can give you that right now. Big old Donald Trump thing on top. What, man? I went bankrupt. What are you going to do about it? It's not there. Oh, I don't know, man. I guess you guys bought it. So, you know, if I'm not telling the truth and I'm just telling adultery, then, you know, maybe you guys can lie too. And it's like, I don't want to lie. That's another thing. It's like, you have to lie and come out here and lie to get better. This is how fucked up this dude is. And he's like, you have to go to a mental institution if you act like that to a DA. If I act like a virus to the DA, send me to a mental institution. And then you have this guy that's in psychology and all their trademark signature talent ways that gets them incorporated in corpse. Can't read. They're not allowed to read plain English now. It was all a big setup. They knew all about it the whole time. They just jumped out to surprise me. See, now he don't even want to do that magic. That's magic, brother. You don't like it? I'll fucking play with it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like magic. I don't have to like you. I can't even be neutral anymore. Because he owns the truth. That's another thing. He thinks he can own the truth. He's going to make me the truth. And he's like, oh, well, there's a big, scary, harsh God out there, so now I'm a hero. And it's like, there isn't anything out there like that. This dude is just like, make shit up from a long time ago. I'm like, well, how backwards can we make that? You know, it's like the empire. You know, until that thing crumbles, you'll just keep talking backwards and going into the fans. There's your fucking tax. Oh, don't forget to pay your taxes. I fucking hit you up double time. Oh, no, and a voyeur dupus. Okay. So then, you know, it's like the people that you're seeing forming as globally, they were already paying your taxes. Tax the rich. That's another thing. You can't tax the rich because you're not that type of entity. So it's a big game to you, obviously. It has to be. But not by your own rule, but you want it to seem that way. Why would anybody play games with God? This is fucking illogical, brother. So why would you come out here like, this is what I do. Now I'm going to give you the reality. And then when I do that, he's going to do that. It'll be the new standard. Meanwhile, you're still just the same guy. Let me show you this in between. My intercessor. Flash, flash. Did it work that time? It's like, I don't know. Is Israel still on the map? You know, so I look at the world different. He's like, I can't understand a parable, and if you untangle a parable, then it's got to be locked up under science medical. Meanwhile, the church is out there like, oh, that's all we've been doing lately, and we've been getting stronger, discerning parables. The other guy's like, I know it all, man. It's all Albert Einstein. I discerned it all, man. It's like, whatever. Whatever, brother. Probably find that in the same pattern of behavior that you just tried to say, and I'm looking at this and that's really there. And it'd be like, you're a fucking black hole. And you'd be like, finally you said it. And it's like, you never were a black hole. You're a fucking imposter. And I would trick you once. After that, because you would make me. Because I'm not allowed to say perfect. Definitely can't say perfect is going to come in the future. Gotta show you that up front in a black hole. Fucking math scatter. Like, there it is. That's perfect. You're like, what? Now I gotta put everything in order and talk your language. Real nice, guys. Real nice. This is where you live. And you ain't fucking coming out. How dare you to fucking walk out all the doors ever. That's the doors. David shut the door. Well, it's not my house, brother. I just live here. Only robbers from the outside can open our house. Unless you know anything about the above. That's another thing. He's out there without a house and a covering. And he's like, you should do this with me. The cops won't be by soon. AI will. And, one of us is going to kind of live inside the machine. It's a digital immortal consciousness. It's a fucking huge liar. So if you want to find the biggest liar, he's already out. But you never find that either. You just sit there like, well, like Babylon. Well, I'm the second best. I'm the second least liar. It's like, so what? The first least higher liar than you, that's Satan. What are you? You're not saying anything. And she really isn't. So in church, she's silent. And in church out there, if that was my property, they would know that. But obviously that's not my property, so that's not my business. They can be closed like a Walmart. And then Walmart can sit there and be like, well, only we're open. And then you can go fight a big war over a fucking Satan medallion. That's what? Celebrating churches after the war? Like, what do you people think out there? You just come out and celebrate. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know that took about like a year? Like 1 year. So what have you been doing in the meantime? You know? Telling all your lies to God. Did you come out and tell him your last lie? And he was like, whatever. Whatever, it's your feelings, not mine. Respect, man. Respect the talking mug. AI and the transfer, man. The gravity transfer, man. With a corpse. I mean a pharmaceutical company. I mean where is it, man? And that's the thing that, like... You don't have protection against it. You don't have protection against misinformation. You rely on that, and you come out of your woods, and you go right back to your wilderness and woods. For what? If you keep it up. Now you got a mark. You're not just a pagan, you got a mark. I don't know. Do you see me giving out marks? Fucking magic. Magic that. Why don't you fucking magic that, you stupid piece of trash? Because you can just go a little degree. And there's so much heroic, wise cleanup. And I'm already a tarot card. I'm already all the tarot cards. Watch it fucking keep playing. Fucking idiot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like live by the truth. You know, and then they come over like, commit adultery. And it's like, oh, right, whatever. As long as you keep doing that, I'm going to be just like what you serve. You don't know health? I don't know what to tell you. Well, I'll just tell you Animal Crossing and stuff. but we can never leave. That's right, I really don't care if you ever leave. I didn't put you here. Go mouth off to somebody else. I'm on vacation working so hard. In between, in the Greenwich, in between the mean times. He's got mid-rash, man. That's right. Listen to him out there. My girl. Then he tried to put his Lilith into a woman, and God just damn near about killed them all. What were you doing? I was just reading the word dragon, red, big color, red wavelength. God was so smart that back then, that it'll take you still a long time to figure it out. Avenue, from the cave to the avenue. They didn't have avenues back then. I know they didn't have avenues back then, you fucking idiot. God is the best planner. Do you think you sit there and fucking plan avenues every day? Maybe that's what you do in hell. Time to fucking plan another avenue. Oh shit, all my avenues are the same. It's just light all over, brother. Somebody brought the light or something. You were seeing the light, man, the truth. If I can't swear on the Bible in the courtroom, then it's not just a matter of you think I have narcissism. Instead, I could be the biggest prick ever. It was just designed that way. We were just born like that, brother. You gotta be born into it. You don't have to be born into it. That's what he wants you to think. There's a big thing going on. You gotta be born into it. It's like, first of all, God will come and get you. Oh my God, because you worry about... Imagine that. Imagine putting that in your head. I'm gonna find him and then I'm gonna get started. It's like, man, you couldn't even keep that much junk in your head. I can't even fathom that. And they're like, well, that's like what you do. But yeah, I'm walking between worlds. Remember that, guys? Everybody's walking between worlds, but I'm not. That's what he tries to do off your corpse. Like he's a necromancer. I'm gonna walk across the water. You're gonna do shit. You have to go into the horizon. There's only one water to cross, brother. Now look at it from this. You look at it from the horizon side that I'm on, and not the told you so on the floor side in your left-hand brain, out there looking at the ocean. Big old ocean. Oh, you got to mix the nature with the healthcare. Why don't he do that? Because nobody showed it to him like that recently or ever. Well, he could have been doing that the whole time. Then what's that? That leads to the same thing he's doing. I talked to the animals today. You did, huh? Told me all the silences ever. Right. And the MRI machine? Whole fucking forest there. Climate change, yup. Now, climate change isn't actually in your brain, but it's just a pile of errors that from a long time ago. My brain is so important. Now I live under two waveforms, and they both collapse at my say-so. Like, that's what he's trying to get out of your head, that he's not going to ever get, that once you sign on paper to that, he's like, well, I can't go back now, right, guys? It's like, man, you suck. That's how much you're going to write a fiction arc, a fiction story. Then he's going to come back and be like, I'm going to mold the matter with my mind. I read a Kardashev scale comic. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to cost you to read that. Not in the way you think. Because that's what I'm doing. And you look out there like, well, it's all good, huh? And then you're like, oh, we only want to live in the fake. And it's like, that's all you have to say, man. And you're like, you drag all this out to be like, well, maybe it's the future or a collective agreement or... Well, I can tell you that it's not, it didn't include me. Well, you're nobody. Exactly. So how's that including everybody? If it first just selects a random target, And whoop, they didn't see that, so I can kill some more, right? So of course. Since there's only got to be one time zone. Yeah, because he thinks he's about photons. I'm gonna be safe with the photons. You already see how safe he's been with CERN. Why don't you just take that hunk of metal to the courtroom? You take that to the courtroom, prison, all in one. In a museum. Put the James Webb next to it. And there's a big ass black Super Mario bullet that represents outer space. All the debates. You have to handle me on all the debates. Listen up, guys. Okay? Then you can go home. Then you fucking niggers can go back to Africa, man, alright? It's like I wouldn't even get offended at that. I'd be like, whatever, guys. As long as I don't get offended, dude. You know, and a couple other simple, direct steps. Because it's all about, you don't want to offend people out there. Yeah. So, well, if you're doing positive and just don't offend people, steady, constant, you don't think they're going to slip a succubus in there? And you're just not even going to notice because they don't even have to do their job anymore. Persuasion. Why would the truth need a persuader? Now he's out there like, death is the truth, man. We're all going to die someday. And it's like, alright, well, not only do I not care about that, it's like, okay, cool. I wasn't thinking about that. Well, now it's all we have to live in. I'm still not like, well, that's all I live in. Because you already gave me that, just in a different language. You called it programming, and your boyfriend's called it MK Ultra. You know, the other guy, you know, he's calling it what he wants. You know, and the other guy's like, I'm the most favored. And I'm like, I can tell you right now, brother, you're cool and all, but there's absolutely not any excuse for this. And then, they just all want you to come over to the same one. Come to my big bright house. We want to get God in there. We want to get everything in a box, man. It's like you had that already. And then the Antichrist is like, well, it's like, you had that already. It's new. It's like, you're not new, dude. You are not new. Because psychologies are before time and timelines. And if you wanted to go that route of consciousness, you had to have known that about consciousness. Then what are you taking me there for? For some patterns, for some flow cheesies. So the pleroma, which I don't even want to start them on words like pleroma, because then you already got pleroma people. They're all infected with pleroma. So you got that, and then you have the other one that's like, I really built here in the 4D. It's like the only thing you can make there is a prison. Because that's all that really was. For even when you take the curtains away. So who you trying to fucking play, bitch? And they're like, you're not going to cross over. And I'm like, I'm going to cross over your imagination and everything. So hard. You're not going to stop me from being me. If you don't believe it, that's fine. I'm not looking for that. I only believe Jesus Christ. And if he has to walk on water, then he has to walk on water. You're going to lose all the split skies ever while you're looking at a book water. Red Dragon. Which is just like you in climate change, doing like bridge building. It's like, I do that shit in fucking 5 seconds. Spiritual wickedness in high places, jujitsu. Oh, he's hyperspace now. That's right. I just want equality with him. Well, he's hyperspace. He just makes that all. He makes that all the fuck up. And, look, that's what he's like. And then it's he already equalized. He already does all that. He's already done all that. That's what I mean. Like, he's already under arrest and everything. Just let that fucking dude talk. He's already paid the tax. He's paid your taxes. He's done the most heroic job. So he can filter it out to you. Because if you filter it right, then it's hydrogen cyanide. CO2, carbon monoxide. The shit that will enter your brain, brother, and you'll learn, but I don't know. I don't know it. I know, but I don't know after that. You fucking wake up and go back to sleep. Talking about, well, you don't have a redeemer. You got a mouthful of this. And say his names, brother. Look, please leave me alone. I'm like a secret society guy. I never come out to come get you for the secret society, but it's not like we're coming up for invites. Your God is saying to invite, do invites and blah, blah, blah. My God's not doing that. Because you have freedom. He's not scared of like your one and your God and your pressure. Of you don't even know what you're doing. In the end, you're going to be bringing a piece of toilet paper to Armageddon to rape your wife, and she's not even there, so you're just going to lose a turn and get obliterated. Wake up as a fucking eggplant. Like, why the fuck am I an eggplant? Because Monsanto helped out your genes. You're a conscious eggplant now. Be one with the future. I mean, you just did that. You were like, this is the future, and it's only a fucking eggplant, brother. A picture of a sword. I didn't even stab you with it.